That's
Um,
my identity. Yeah.
so you obviously you're from Ukraine.
Yes.
How long have you lived here?
Oh my God, like 14 years now.
I cannot imagine what you, sorry. Um,
Thank you.
I was watching some videos this morning and I can't imagine what you must be feeling. I'm sorry.
No, thank you. I've been crying all night, and
It's
I'm just right
yeah.
now with my
So
sister.
I
Yeah,
guess I don't even know how to ask this, but how are you feeling? How are you doing?
horrible. Um, I feel my soul is being ripped apart. I feel like somebody just put their hand and ripped my heart right then and there. It's everything I love, everybody I love is in danger right now. My country's being torn apart. Watching bombardments of peaceful cities, it's so heartbreaking. Um, and at the same time, I'm seeing the fight that Ukrainian people are putting up right now. So many people volunteered to go and become like partisans. Our military is really like pushing and protecting the cities. This is like so incredible to see. Oh, I was just talking to my sister, and when she first heard the bombardments, she 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 was frozen. She couldn't function. She couldn't believe that this is actually happening. We called her last night, and my mom had to tell her, go to the kitchen, get food, go get your documents. So she would just do one thing at a time, come back, and my mom would give her next order. Like she didn't know how to react. But it's been, oh my God, more than 12 hours at this point, 14, 15 hours, and it sinks in. And um, she and her family, they wanted to leave the city. I'm from Kharkiv. They're from Kharkiv, um, but they were unable to. Long lines at the gas station, huge traffic jams. So they were stuck there, and they felt so exposed being outside in a car that they felt that it's safer to return. So they return in their apartment, and they live in a high rise. But my sister works in a she's a grade school teacher, and she lives right next to school, and their school opened the basement for bomb shelter, like they prepared it for bomb shelter. So that's their plan. They haven't slept, and they can't sleep, and they're afraid to go to bed because the report is saying that at night there will be a high intensity bombardment of Kharkiv. Um, she lives on so there's an airport outside of the city, and they bombed airport first, and she lives close to this main road that leads through airport to the rest of the city. She's in the city, but I mean, there's like a, it's a main artery. So they worry that if Russian army right now, there are heavy fighting on the outskirts of Kharkiv. So if Russian army gets through, that's the road they're gonna be using. So that's gonna be very, very close to her. That's less than a block away from her.
So your sister's there with her family. Your mother is there as well?
My mom is here. My dad is in Ukraine right now.
Okay, so your dad is there, your sister's there, and I would imagine some other family and lots of friends.
My grandma and my friends, and we've been in touch with all my friends and my family's friends, my mom's friends. Mom just telling me that our army just blew up 15 tanks. Sorry, we're being happy with any kind of information that our army can sustain, you know. Um, yes, I have a friend very close friend, who actually is renting an apartment where my mom lives. for my mom. And she's pregnant. She's 8 months pregnant. And she didn't buy anything for the baby because she was saying that if they have to be on the run, they won't be able to carry anything. And she still didn't choose a hospital because she's so afraid. She doesn't know where she's going to be giving birth. And they tried to flee the city yesterday and they were unable to. So they returned in their apartment right now as well.
So at this point, you don't know where your sister and your friends and your grandmother and your father, you don't know where they're going to go.
The plan, so each of them has a plan. I just talked to each one of them. My father has an underground garage underneath their apartment building. So that's where he and my grandma are going during bombardments. But my father believes that Ukrainian army is going to protect them. And there's such a strong belief in Ukrainian army. You wouldn't believe. This is just so incredible to see. Everybody I talk to, everybody just says how much they pray for our army. They donate money, their accounts, and that they know that the army is not going to give up. Like, they know this, that army got their back, but they also want the world to see and to help, to stop the madmen. And my sister was saying, do people know that we're not part of Russia? We existed before Russia. Russia occupied us for so long and we became independent, and it's happening again.
Did
And her
anyone,
kids.
sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Sorry. It's just awful for kids to see this. Our other friends that we've been on video chat with, my mom's, it's like family friends, and girl my age, my friend who has a little daughter right now, and her little child is asking what's happening, who's bombing us, why we are in war. How do you explain this to a 4-year-old? What's happening, that there's danger coming from the sky? It's unfathomable. It's, you can't even fathom this. It's a peaceful country, peaceful people. They just wanted to be free. They just don't want to live in dictatorship. That's it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't, I can't put myself in your position, but I got emotional this morning seeing images.
Very guilty that I'm safe and they're not. But my sister says she never, I offered her earlier to leave. I offered to take kids. I offered, we have friends in Lviv, to go to the West Ukraine. She's adamant that this is, she says, it's my city, my country. This is my home. Nobody's going to take it away from me. And and today, she just right now, I was crying and she was calming me down, and she was saying that she has big plans and they're not going to give up. Nothing is going to happen to them. She knows, and the army is going to save them. But they believe in army, but at the same time, they feel abandoned by the rest of the world. They do. They feel that everybody just turns their blind eye and allowing this to happen because there are no really true repercussions. And there's a lot of talk and there's not a lot of action. That's how they feel. They feel that they're alone with this danger and they have nobody to turn to except the army.
Well, I will continue to pray for
Thank you.
You and your family in the situation, and I hope to see a peaceful resolution soon, as I'm sure everyone does. You know, obviously there's been tension between Russia and Ukraine for so long, but I guess my final question is, did anyone ever see it actually getting to this point? You know, there's been threats made and tension, but actually getting to the point where they're sending their soldiers in and now they're killing the Ukrainian people?
It depends on who you talk to. My father actually foretold, he foresaw the future about 12 years ago. He said that there will be a war between Russia and Ukraine. And as soon as Ukraine really breaks away truly from Russia, they're going to attack. He said it 12 years ago. So he always knew. But majority of people know. 2014 was a big wake-up call, and people couldn't believe that Russia could occupy Crimea and Donbass, but parts of Donbass. But to people in Kharkiv and people in Kiev, have friends in Kiev and in Poltava, that still felt so far away, since Ukraine is a pretty large country. So they felt that it's never going to come where they live. And we were calling our friends yesterday. We're calling family, and they woke up to bombardments yesterday, and very many, my mom's friends, my mom's generation, her friends, they just didn't believe. My mom was telling them what's happening, and they didn't believe. And they said, it just cannot be. Russia could not be bombing us. It can be. This is some kind of mistake. And they were just saying, repeating over and over again that this is some kind of mistake. This just cannot happen. This is not true. And of course, we talked to them just half an hour ago, and it sank in. And my mom's friend, her husband, he served in Soviet army. He used to be, he's a retired military. And then he served in the Ukrainian army, and right now he's older, and he just couldn't believe. And he was just saying that some of these people that are in charge, they served side by side with the Ukrainians. Some of them served in Soviet army still. So they essentially, waging war on people that they know.
I am so sorry, and I would love to keep in touch with you, and I really appreciate you speaking to me. I know this is not easy, but
if you can just spare thoughts and prayers.
Of course.
We need it so much. And what I want the most is for American people to care. And I hate that Ukrainians feel that they're alone. They shouldn't be alone in this. They're standing up for the right values. They're standing up to dictatorship. They're standing up for freedom for their children. And we need to show them that they're not alone. It's very important. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Yulia. You take
Thank you
care,
so much.
and I'll check in with you this week and next week, and I'll be thinking about you and your family.
Thank you so much. And I'm sorry that I was crying.
No, I started it. It's just I saw a video this morning, and you heard a baby yelling, and I have 2 young kids, and it's just not the world that any of us should be living in. So it just made me really sad, and I don't even have family there, so I can only imagine how you feel. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Take care, Yulia.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.